Welcome to Beeyesen, a show starring expert with no expertise. My name is Robin Ledham. I'm your delightful host for tonight, and this is my partner in crime.
Hi, my name's Colton Robinson, and I'm here.
Yes, he's here, we're here. We're going to make sure that your time is best spent talking about nonsense and making it sound like we actually know about the stuff. So for our first question right now, since you know we're all 90s kids right here, and we all watch TV shows, obviously, my first question is, what TV show have you seen as a child that no one seems to remember? You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness.
There's this one TV show I know. And I don't know if you heard about this, but it's called Gargoyles.
I've never heard of it.
See? It's amazing because like Gargoyles is pretty much, it reminds me of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, except they're very emo. You know, there's a dark noir tone to it, and it's pretty much like a bunch of gargoyles. When the daylight comes off, they turn into stone. Okay, so what TV shows?
Okay, so let me put it to you this way. Back in ye old days, my dad was very religious.
Okay.
And so it was very much, we watched older cartoons, Flintstones, Jetsons, Scooby-Doo, that sort of stuff.
Family friendly
Right, yeah. So it wasn't until I was probably about 11, 12 that I actually got into like that sort of, stuff.
So what was the first, let's just say, PG-13 TV show cartoon that you got introduced to?
That was a hard one because it basically went from G to R really fast.
Okay, let's go with R. What's the R?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, how about this? I'll start you off with something. Did you watch Nickelodeon?
Yes.
Okay. There was this one thing that is just crazy cartoon guys, but it's just very, let's just say innuendo, a lot of innuendo. Rocko's Modern Life.
What?
Rocko's Modern Life.
Never watched it.
It's about a kangaroo, well, like one of those small kangaroos, and they're anthropomorphic. What do you call them? Like, anthropomorphic, and he has a best friend who's a heifer, a cow.
A heifer.
A heifer, there you go,
There
a
you
heifer.
go.
Green hair, slick back, and stuff like that. And they go crazy antics. And they have neighbors who are bullfrogs.
Okay. Oh, Family Guy. I went to Family Guy. I basically went from Jetsons and Flintstones to Family Guy. There you go.
You know what the weird thing is about, because I also lived in a religious household. There are two things my parents never let me watch. Simpsons and Family Guy.
Really?
Yeah, so I know all the pop culture references about duh and like eat my shorts, stuff like that. But I never really watched the shows. Like if you guys talk about a certain scene from The Simpsons or Family Guy, I'm like, I'm lost.
Family Guy, it was Family Guy, but I didn't get to watch South Park till I was a little bit older.
South Park?
Yeah.
The most exposure I got from South Park is playing the game Stick of Truth. No, there was one about who's that kid with the crutches?
Is it on South Park?
Yeah.
It's not. It's not Timmy, is it?
It's Timmy.
Timmy's the one in the wheelchair that always says Timmy.
Oh, is that Timmy?
Is it Jimmy?
Jimmy,
There you
the
go.
disabled one.
Yeah.
Well, there was a scene where they're pretty much just cranking out political correctness shit,
Yeah, and he was talking. That was a good one too.
Yeah, it's like the fraternity one.
Right, when they're like, he's like, will you call me disabled? And
Yeah, I was like, no, it's like impaired or something like that. And so like the fraternity guys were using that agenda to pick up on girls.
And he's like, what are you saying?
Yeah, and then he just comes in, like tells them what's up, and they're like, oh, we have to go in our safety zone now because you are offending us.
Right, he's like, what, you getting offended by a cripple?
Oh, speaking of offensive stuff and pretty much safe zones.
Okay.
You know where I'm going with this.
Maybe.
Yeah, okay. So recently, there actually, personally, in Fresno State, there have been a group of people. Yes, this is where I'm going. You can see Colton's face like he knows what we're talking about. There have been a group of people who have, let's just say they've been pushing their agenda regarding religious things. You know how it is when it comes to people who use the freedom of speech to talk about certain things regarding, women are whores. If you watch porn, you're sinning, stuff like that. And obviously, you say that in a college setting, shit's gonna happen. And I'm one of those people that pretty much just goes in the background because they're entertaining to listen to, but you don't really want to antagonize a bully because I consider them as bullies. And I just feel bad for the people who can't understand exactly what they're doing. I feel like they're doing exactly what the crowd is doing exactly what the people in the free speech area want them to do. But I want to know Colton's
Right. So I have a lot of stuff on this. I love these people, and I'll tell you exactly why. It's because they are hilarious.
Right?
Because they're clowns. They're street performers. They do a big performance. They get everyone all riled up. It's hilarious.
Pause on that. Honestly, when I first saw it, I think it was like during the beginning of the week, there was this college student. He looks like our age. He had like a bow tie, suit on, and everything.
Does he have the blonde hair?
Yes, he's the one with the blonde. He was hilarious. That's the thing too. When I was like, okay, this is new, and that's why there's a big crowd of people at the beginning. And I was.
And he always was like that.
It's like pornography. And I'm like, okay, and I feel like, okay, he's pulling a Donald Trump. He's making some basic. He's kind of like anti-establishment person because when you see people talking like that, usually they're like in their mid-40s or 50s, old people. But this is a college student, and he's saying it in a way that attracts people and in very simple language.
Well, I mean, they're all lunatics. Like, let's be honest.
Well, yeah,
like,
but they know how to play to a crowd.
They're bat crazy, but they rehearse it obviously. Like,
well,
there's no doubt. Like, you go. I mean, they were there for like 4 days. If you went every day, they said the same thing.
Yeah, they're pretty much saying the same thing.
It was they have their lines that they say, and they say it, and that's what it is.
And it incites people. It riles them up.
But it's hilarious.
It's hilarious. But
I love watching, and I love antagonizing them because it's funny to see.
But that's the.
When that's the thing is you can't get upset about it because they're just bullshitting. They're just like, oh, blah, 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 blah. They're going to say what they're going to say. They're street performers. They're crazy, whatever. But they're funny. Yeah. And antagonizing them is hilarious.
Because that's part of their agenda.
Right, but no. It's because you see it in their face.
They know what's...
Yeah, like it's hilarious to see them. And it's hilarious to see like even though they're trying not to react, you still see it.
Yeah, they're trying not to crack up.
And even when, and I gotta say, that same dude, there was another guy, like the old Elvis.
Yeah, like he has like a beard on or something.
No, the Elvis-looking guy. The old guy.
That one, yeah.
He was talking, and that little blonde kid came over and sat near me. And he was chilling out or whatever. And he was walking by, and I go, oh, hey, it's you. How are you doing? Like that. And he ignored me.
Yeah.
And he sat down, and I look at him, and I go, well, that's very Christian of you. He just ignored me. And I was like, all right, well, Yeah. I mean, and that's really the point is that they're just trying to hype everyone up,
Yeah.
And they're funny. They're performing.
Yeah.
They're performing. And so that's why they don't, because if they really had an agenda like that of something they were trying to convince people of, they would have talked to me. They would have said something.
Yeah, they would have said something, but they're not saying anything. They're just being quiet when it's not their turn, which means that their agenda, their objective there is to rile people up. I can totally see it. That's why when they're saying it in simple terms, like what I said before, but the best part about it is that I see all these people, they're getting into their faces. They're telling them, you suck, why are you saying this? You guys are dicks, you shouldn't be saying this. And I'm like, that's the whole point. They're trying to make you guys say that. So that way it'll make it look like the people who are getting riled up towards these people are the bad guys.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, they're bullies.
Oh my goodness. Nobody has a right not to be offended. Like people, that's the point of free speech, is you say what you want.
No, I meant.
And I mean, it's not hurting anyone. It's not affecting anyone. All right. If you have your own emotional, like that's not their problem. That's not anyone's problem.
Yeah, that's what I meant. What I'm trying to say is that people should know better than to get riled up to these people.
Exactly. Like if you know you're going to get offended by it, like leave.
Yeah, leave. It's a free speech area for some reason.
Exactly.
I know they're going to be saying that, and hey, it's your gut. And if there's like maybe a young one with you, then protect them from that, or maybe like let them know and educate them about those stuff. You don't need to shelter someone.
Exactly. And
you
I mean,
need to educate them, let them know this is the real world. This is how you deal with it, so that way you can learn from it. The sheltered people are the ones who are the weakest because they don't know what's going on in the world.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, If, you know, and it's a free speech, if the KKK came, if you get offended by them, then don't be around them.
Yeah.
If PETA came and you love eating cows, you know, and you're going to get offended by what they say, then leave.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have a right not to be offended. Like, there is no safe place. You're in public. You're going to be around other people with other opinions, with other ideas. That's the whole point of free speech.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about Comcast tech support.
Oh, okay.
Right? Comcast tech support is so funny. There was one time when this one lady, I got this one lady for tech support, and she was saying, like, you need to do this, and you need to do this, and you need to do that. And me being tech support should know better than to follow instructions. One, I already did some of them, so I know what I'm doing. Two, I told her I know what I'm doing. So I'm letting her know all the information, and she keeps acting like I'm a dumbass.
You are. You made a mistake
Of
telling her you know what you're doing.
because I should know better. Yeah.
What you should do.
Okay.
This is what I do.
All right.
I go through it. I say, okay, and I do what they tell me. It's not working. They tell me, you know, do some of this. I do it. It's not working. And they go, oh, okay. And now they're on the same page as you.
Mm.
If you say, oh, I know what I'm doing, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people say, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean.
Yeah.
So you go with them. You know, you hear them out. You well, okay, I'll do that.
You pretty
I'll do
much
that.
pander to the
Right,
tech
and then
support.
when they finally, and then you're on the same page and you can work through it.
Mm.
I have had nothing but good experiences with Comcast tech support.
Really?
Yes, I have.
So you don't have any stories or anything?
No, I do have stories. I have good stories.
Oh, damn.
So
that wasn't my plan. Just kidding.
And I have 2 helpful tips as well.
All right.
So the first good story is I called them and this nice guy came up and I was paying for 75 megabits per second. I was getting like 2. And so I talked to the guy and he said, oh yeah, well, we tried restarting it. And he said it could be the box. And I said, well, what am I supposed to do? And he said, well, we have a new box that is blah, blah, blah. And he talked about all these great specs. It was way better than the original box. I was like, sure, when can I get it? And he's like, well, you have a store right down the street. You know, if you want to go get it from the store, you can. I said, okay. And I went to the store, I exchanged boxes, and I got it. And I've been getting 80 megabits per second since.
8 megabits? Don't
80.
80?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I pay
thought
for
they-
75.
I thought they top 105 megabits per second.
I pay for 75,
Oh, and then they hit an 80 on that one?
and it's hitting 80.
Nice. Do you have any
and-
boosters or anything?
No,
It's
it's
just-
the gateway. It's the regular Comcast box, dual band AC. It's amazing. It's a dream. And my other good story is I called them and I wanted to get TV. And so the lady, we went through blah, 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 all this stuff. And then I went down to pick up the box. I went to the store. And the guy said I was supposed to have to pay like a starting up fee and blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, this nicest guy was talking to me in the store. And he goes, oh, yeah, well, he goes, well, I'm going to waive the activation fee for you. And I go, all right,
damn.
cool. And he goes, yeah, you know, they don't usually know what they're talking about. Like, I see all, you know, when I do this stuff, I see all this stuff come up. He goes, I see all these discounts.
Yeah,
and he
it's
goes,
pretty much, yeah, I know what I'm doing.
no, because he was asking me, he's like, do you want a DVR? And I go, how much is that? And he's like, an extra $10. And I was like, And he goes, how about this? I'll give you DVR free for a year. And I was like, okay. And he
Just like that?
Yeah. And he was like, do you have, there was something else. There's something else that he said. He's like, do you want that free for a year? And I was like, sure. And he was just like tacking on these different things. So I have like Stream Picks and HBO and a DVR. all
Just
this
like that,
stuff
all for
free for a
That's
year. Yeah.
amazing, man.
And it's all uncontract, so I could just I can cancel it or send it back when I don't want it.
That's great. Yeah, that's what I did. The first thing I did was I pretty much got limited cable because, you know, I Chromecast everything. But I don't do the DVR stuff because I just don't like the quality of it.
Really?
Yeah.
I get 1080p.
Eh.
And I get the X1 remote so I can talk to it with voice. It's really cool. Anyway, so 2 helpful tips. 1, if you have an Xfinity store, go to it. Always go to the store. If you have an AT&T store and you need help with AT&T, go to it. Always go to the store and talk to somebody in person. Second thing, if you cannot get anyone, if you have to call on the phone and you're put on hold for a while, always make sure to scream and cuss as loud as possible. Because what happens is a lot of these companies have these phone systems set in place that while you're on hold measure how angry you
They'd be
are.
like, what and then
And the
and then they
angrier-
record that whole thing.
No, they don't record it. They have a computer system that's able to depict
The
cuss
stress.
words and the stress of your voice.
Yeah.
And you'll get there quicker if you do that. And I'll tell you, I've had 2 experiences with this. The first one was a couple years ago. I called Apple tech support.
Yeah.
And they put me on hold, and they're like, "Oh, it's going to be like a 5-minute hold." And I was at Applebee's, and I went outside of the restaurant, and I started yelling and cussing this, damn phone, blah blah blah, this, that, the other thing. Within probably 5 seconds of starting that, I got somebody.
Just like that.
Comcast, they said I was going to be on hold for 15 minutes. I went outside, I started yelling and cussing and all this stuff, and within 3 minutes, I had somebody.
Just like you were doing cussing, and stressing, like doing getting your stress levels high for 3 minutes. Wow. And then people just see you like, what is that guy doing? He's just all over the place. And like, 911, can we have a disturbance?
No,
in here?"
because you're just like, this Comcast, this damn thing, what a all this sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
all this crazy
and you just
stuff.
scream and cuss and holler, and then you get somebody.
Yeah.
And right when they get you, because they're expecting an angry person, you go, "Oh, hi." Yeah.
Speaking of stress levels and cussing, I want to get back to the previous conversation we had before this thing, House of Cards.
Okay.
Yeah, because I still want to get into like the whole Claire thing. Okay, for those of you who don't know, House of Cards is a TV show on Netflix about a person who in season 1, there's already 4 seasons. He's pretty much a politician, and we get to see all the gruesome, dirty side of politics, and we get to see it from his point of view. So we get to see his train of thoughts, everything that's happening. It's amazing.
If you
because
haven't watched it, watch it.
it's one of the
all I'm
best.
saying.
It's one of the best shows on Netflix at the moment right now. You never know, but yeah, currently I'm watching it right now. But yeah, I know this is spoilers because we're talking about season 4 stuff, and a lot of people still haven't seen it.
Well,
because-
I haven't seen it, so
You haven't seen season? Okay.
So we're
season
basically
3.
talking
We're going
about season 3.
Season 3. This was. Should I say it? Yeah. I'll just say it. This is one.
it's been out for like 2 years. If you haven't seen it,
Yeah, it's pretty much like Star
know.
Wars. You get like a 2-week space of no spoilers, and then
yeah,
now
exactly.
no one cares. But season 3 with Frank Underwood being present and the whole Claire thing. Okay, Claire sleeping with that artist in season 1. There's an implication because they think that the whole sex thing is really just business.
No,
Claire-
it wasn't, because she lived at his house for a while.
Yeah, but
That's not business.
That's business.
No, you don't.
That's
No, it's not.
Business.
You don't go. I'm not going to go to your house and being like, oh yeah, it's just business.
It's business.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Okay, for Claire, there might be some hint of feeling in there, but from
Dude, she
Frank,
dated him.
but from Frank's point of view, it
No,
was
it's
all
not.
business. Come on,
What, how
she
was
knew
that business?
she knew he was
No,
she
no,
knew
no,
he was
no.
sleeping
How
with
was
a
that
reporter.
Business? How is that business?
That is business because there is an underlying motive to that.
No, because the artist, didn't do shit for him.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
When?
He gave out like his art for her charity.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he was the photographer for a lot of the events. He did a lot of stuff for her, but that's also because he had a thing for her.
Exactly.
Yeah, but from Frank's point of view, it was just business, and that's what I'm aiming at. And you can just take that to your grave and sleep with it.
I
But
don't know about
because
that.
of that, season 3, I was on Claire's side because even though she did f up the whole Russian thing while he had on that, he was just grilling her so hard.
Dude, I think she deserved it.
She was on his side from the start.
Yes, I know. And he was on her side too.
I think.
He did with the business, her business that she had.
Yeah.
He helped with that. He did a lot of stuff to help her out. I think they were working together up until that point, and when she f***ed up the Rush thing, because he was going to make her ambassador.
He was putting his job ahead of their relationship.
He was putting his job on the line to make her ambassador.
Is that what was
because
going
the
on?
Senate didn't want her, or the
He
Congress,
and he was pushing it
Congress
so hard.
didn't want her to become ambassador, but he was going to appoint her anyway, despite Congress's non-approval.
No, he was telling them to stop. He was telling them to stop. Don't do it because he doesn't think that she's the right person for it.
No, he was going to put her there. He was going to make her ambassador, even though the Congress,
like an executive decision.
yeah, even though the Congress didn't want it.
Oh wow.
And so, but then she f***ed up Russia thing by coming out and saying that, and he was like, well, now I can't do that because, like, my job is like down the toilet if I still make her ambassador because she f***ed up so bad on national television.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I still side with Claire because of the way he was treating her at the very end. I don't think she deserved that. No one deserves that.
Nah, she was acting really cold to him.
She was acting really cool, but come on, you know he physically abused her. He slapped her. That there is physical abuse.
No,
and there's unless she slapped him before, no, she did it.
Well, I don't think like there shouldn't be physical violence at all, but
Yeah, that's the thing.
there's
He crossed that line, and that's why she didn't deserve that, and that's why I think she deserved the right to walk
but
away.
I think no, I don't. I'm not saying she didn't deserve the right to walk away. She can do that anytime she wants. But I'm saying I'm on his side because I think she pushed him to the edge.
And now spoilers on season 4. So I can't say anything because like it's getting really good for season 4.
All right, I'll have to
I'm
watch
only
it.
half an hour into the first episode, and I'm already on the edge of my couch. I'm like, what's going on here? And that's like putting a hiatus on my binge watching Friends.
Friends?
Yes.
Okay. Have you seen Silicon Valley?
Yeah.
Both
Oh my
seasons.
God, yes.
Both seasons.
Amazing show.
Okay, good. Because
Why?
it's an amazing show, and I want season 3 to happen. When is season 3 happening?
Season 3 is happening this spring.
Is it this spring?
The summer hits.
Oh, thank goodness.
Right?
Because I am so dying
That end
for
of
it.
the second.
Oh, the end of the second
They already
season
have a
was
trailer for
amazing.
season 3.
Do they really?
Yes, they do.
What?
Yes.
When?
It happened like 2 months ago.
The thing is, I seem like I always feel like I'm so in touch with this stuff, but I'm always so out of touch, and it's awful.
No, the best part is pretty much the relationship. Who's the guy with like the crazy hair?
Froelich?
No, it's not Froelich. He's a tenant guy, like the landlord kind of.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah.
Is that Froelich? But yeah, like.
Is it? Are you sure?
No, it's not Froelich. But anyways, my
I
point
know
is
who you're
that
talking
their
about. Yeah.
relationship with
Ehrlich.
Ehrlich. There you go. Ehrlich.
I knew it was something
Ehrlich.
like that.
Their relationship with each other is very dynamic.
It is.
It's like one of the best bro relationships that I've
Yeah.
seen.
No, it's-
because even though he shits on him, he spits on him, like it makes it look like he disrespects him and stuff. But when he gets shit on by someone else, he just stands up there like, you remember that scene with the kid?
I gotta say, Hulu, good job on that. Hulu did an amazing job. Or
That
not
was
Hulu,
Amazon.
HBO.
HBO, there you go.
HBO has done an amazing job. Everything HBO does as far as their original series, amazing.
Silicon Valley.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones is not an original series.
Uh,
It's a book adaptation.
Well, yeah, but it has been.
now it's becoming its original
Right.
thing because they're splitting off from the books.
But what I'm
which
saying
I
is-
actually like.
But what I'm saying is HBO is still doing an amazing job with it,
Yeah,
regardless.
regardless. Oh my God, the budget for that thing is crazy. But anyways, we'll go back to Silicon Valley because I really like this show.
Oh, it's an amazing show.
What was the end of season 2? Oh, when who's the main guy? I forgot. It's been a while since I watched
No,
the
I know
show.
it has been a while. I tried watching some, and I was just like, I've already seen this. Like, I can't. It's a hard time to go back. No, but basically, isn't it Hulu takes over?
Yes.
Has control of Pied Piper.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Okay, so actually, I talked to Henrik about it. We talked about it before on our previous dry run, but I want to talk to you about it because it seems to me that only Henrik was the one who's talking most about it.
Okay.
It's about technology on campus.
Okay.
You didn't really talk much about it because you really didn't have much to say,
Okay.
but I want your point of view on the whole thing.
As far as
How it can really affect campus, both in a good way and in a potentially bad way, because everything is changing on campus as we speak. Thank you to President Castro for putting the technology aspect onto Fresno State. It really helps us out a lot. But yeah.
well, you're
regards to that.
already seeing how it's affecting
Yeah,
negatively.
it's crazy.
You're already seeing it. I mean, the website
Well,
complicated.
like, what do you think? I
No,
said what I think.
I'm going to tell you exactly. The website's complicated. It's bad. Blackboard, terrible.
Oh yeah.
A bunch of the IT people, fire them, get rid of them.
Thanks.
All right, because all they're doing, not because all the IT people are doing is blockading every step of the way. Oh, we can't do this. We can't do this. We can't do this.
That's a lot of paperwork.
Get
and
them
a lot
out of
red
there.
tape.
Get them out of
Well,
there.
that's corporation right there. That's a corporate thinking. Like, just get them out of there. That's
yeah,
corporate thinking right there.
exactly, and that's what it needs to be.
Well,
Dude, there is a reason the Department of Defense still runs like Windows 98. All right?
How do you know that?
We need to get these.
How do you know it's Windows 98? Maybe it could be Windows XP.
Dude, you haven't seen it?
What?
They just put in a huge order to Microsoft for upgrade to Windows 10 from like Windows 98, Windows XP.
Holy crap.
Dude, there's a reason that government sucks so much with technology. It's because they don't understand it and they won't hire the people that know how to do it. Because all they want are these old people that are like, just, oh, I'm, old and gray hair and everything, They want to hire all these people in suits instead of these people that have, blue hair and piercings all over the place and tattoos that know how to hack a computer. The reason the CIA, the reason the DOD, the FBI, all them, the reason they don't know how to do cyber anything is because they won't hire the people that know how to do it.
Yeah.
Because I bet you all those hackers, any hacker you talk to that's actually like a good one, that's not like one of the fake ones, they would not get government security clearance in their life.
Because of the background that they
would
have.
never be given security clearance in a million years. And that's the problem.
Because of all the clearances that you have, all the requirements that you need, and the background history that they need. Hey, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. They're way too strict on that, and they haven't gone with the times yet.
Exactly, and that's what we need. That's what needs to happen. Get people who do not do well with it. Get them out. Why are they there?
Because one, government is slow. Two, government is regressive.
Hang on. Now, here's the thing. I agree with both those points, but does it have to be that way?
It doesn't have to be that way, but
so
people
then change it.
It doesn't have to be that way, but people who are in power want it to stay that way, and people who want it to change are either too lazy or don't know what to do in order for it to change, and they are not given the right set of tools. They have to do it themselves. And okay, I'll be honest with you, our generation is pretty lazy.
I agree with that.
That's why we're not really doing anything.
Put me in power and I'll get things done.
Here we go. Okay, let's go. Let's take you on the ego train.
No. I'll get things done.
Right.
I will.
Okay, so tell me 5 things. Okay, actually make it easier for 3 things that you need to do to get things done. Go.
I would fix the website.
Okay.
Because it's a terrible website. I would fix it.
I talk about FresnoState.edu, like just in particular?
Yes.
Okay.
I would have the entire website rewritten. I would have it modern look, updated, everything.
All right.
Second thing, I would get rid of Blackboard completely, and I would go to either, I would go to some sort of...
Just letting you know, Blackboard overall isn't exactly a summer thing. And you will have to do like a 1 year, 2 year for it. And I know this because I've worked in that area before. It takes a long time because of all the information that they have on the Blackboard servers.
I know, I'm telling you what I would do.
Okay. So you do it like for like a 3-4 year?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
I would get rid of Blackboard. I would have...
Wrap it up.
Okay. I would have servers set up with VPN credentials that you'd log in with your Fresno State credentials to be able to access the system data on the server. I would get rid of all these shitty Google apps and give every student a hard drive space that they could access through the VPN. And I would have all the... technologies upgraded. I would have the laptops upgraded, the computers upgraded, all that.
That sounds like really good points and really good ideas, which I would be for it as well too. But actually, it's wrap up time for you guys. Thank you very much for listening to us. My name is Robin again, and this is Colton, my partner in crime.
Adios.
And this is Beeyesen.